What I'm going to show you in this tutorial is how to create a informational word cloud. So this is more than just a random assemblage of words and pretty colors. This is deliberately choosing colors that will support the message you're trying to give and portraying it in a way that also makes a statement. So this particular example, the overall shape is of Utah. But the thing that really stands out when you first look at this is the word wilderness. So think of that as kind of the theme of the piece. There's wilderness, and then all of these other bits and pieces are words that support that idea. And overall, the shape of it informs us that it's the wilderness of Utah. So there's a lot going on in this particular image. Here's another example. They have taken a whole statement, who am I, husband, son, brother, uncle, friend, me, and arranged it so that it was the first thing to jump out at us. And if you're Western culture like I am, you most likely begin up at the top left hand of whatever you're looking at, and you read from left to right and top to bottom. So anything that we put up in the top left corner is going to get looked at very first. So this has a couple of things going on in it that I want you to know about. There is what is called emphasis in this piece. An emphasis is the first thing that you look at, or an area of emphasis. You can create emphasis in a bunch of different ways, but in this particular way, what has created it is contrast. These words in the middle are so much different than everything else around them that they're the things that stand out at us most. So these elements have contrast and it creates emphasis. This makes them dominant to everything else, so they're the main thing there, and everything else gets read after those. This is an example of another I am word cloud, and this person chose some really fun fonts to use and made the I am statement the largest. So again, creating emphasis by making it larger, contrasting the size to everything else. This example is really crisp. I think this one turned out very well. And if you're familiar with Utah State University, this is their Aggie A. And Aggies is obviously the thing that stands out the most. It is the area of emphasis. The next thing you probably see after looking at Aggies is the overall shape of this is an A. You might actually have seen that first, but because Aggies is so different from everything around it, that does stand out quite a bit. Now this person's done really good at lining things up so that the edges are crisp and they're not ragged. And the other thing that supports this is these are Aggie colors. Now this is the most complicated one. I would say this was probably a little above and beyond what the assignment was, but definitely I think this said a lot of things just the way we wanted it to. So boo, obviously it looks kind of Halloween-y, it's orange and black, but then it says a statement, science does not need to be scary, and then there's lots of terminology in there about science, and I felt like this was a really good success. So I'm going to show you how to do a couple of different things here.